Hey y'all, it's your Missniecytv and I'm here to do a review for Sistas Season 9, Episode 21. The episode picks up where it left off, and Andy and Sabrina are in the bathroom arguing with Penelope, and of course they're throwing back insults. The same insults that they always say. Penelope's glad that Andy's not with her brother anymore and he doesn't have to deal with her, and Andy's not a part of their extended family, and Andy's trash and she's just a slut. Andy and Gary this, Andy and Gary that, the same usual that Penelope be saying. Sabrina tries to defend Andy, of course, and Penelope's like, well, it seems like y'all all alike and all y'all do is enable her and all y'all are just a bunch of sluts and hypocrites and liars. Penelope did eat with that little one because they definitely do enable Andy and don't tell her the truth about herself at all. The only one that seems to do it is Danny, and when Danny does tell Andy the truth, she gets mad about it. Penelope is like, the only reason I'm not beating you up right now is because I promised Robin that when you find out that we're together, I wouldn't go or try to do anything. Andy's like, oh, well, y'all together. Oh, you just like my sloppy seconds, because every time I get a man, you try to go after me and try to get him. Andy's like, as much as you hate to admit it, you want to be us so bad. You want to be just like us to the point that you even slept with Rich. By this time, Danny comes in the bathroom because she has to freshen up from all that sweating, right? And she sees the girls in there confronting Penelope. And, of course, she tells Penelope, actually, I owe you a butt whipping for sleeping with Rich in the juice bar. So, of course, Danny says what she has to say. And he's like, well, every time you kiss Robin, I hope you remember me because that's what I taste like. Everybody gets to fight, and Andy throws the first punch. She hits Penelope, and then it just breaks off from there. Danny is having it with the girl in the pink because, I forgot to say that Penelope has somebody with her. Penelope hits Sabrina in the process of fighting, so Sabrina takes it as her chance to hit Penelope back. So she punches Penelope in the face. Everybody's fighting in the bathroom. Outside the bathroom, Maurice, Pam, Karen, and Fatima are talking. They're having drinks. Pam brings over some drinks that she got from a guy at the bar who called her a cougar. They have a conversation about, we're not cougars, we feel like we're in our 20s. Then they hear commotion in the bathroom. Maurice says he gotta go because he don't deal with ghetto stuff. Outside in the parking lot, Karen and Fatima are waiting for the rest of the girls, and the rest of the girls come out, they're giggling, they're laughing, they're talking about how fun the fight was. They recap the fight. Andy talks about how she used the moves that Fatima taught her, and she demonstrates the moves that she used, and Fatima's like, that's not exactly what I taught you. Sabrina feels liberated because this is the first time that she got to defend herself when it came to Penelope, and she's like, this is so liberating, I want to do it again. Everybody's just like surprised that Sabrina threw a punch or did anything to defend herself because Sabrina's not normally like that. Karen's like, well, y'all were fighting in there. I really wanted to fight Dr. Cruz today, but I held my composure. And the girls were like, if you were to do anything, I think everybody in that office. Then Danny steps away to make a call. Of course, she's talking to Officer Green. She's over there blushing, and she's talking. The girls are watching her. And when she's done with the call, the girls ask her who she was talking to. They obviously know that she was talking to. They probably think that it's Tony, but they're going to be sadly mistaken when Officer Green shows. Time passes, and Danny steps away that she could cool down in so that she could get some air, and Andy goes behind her, and she gives her the fan that she keeps in her purse, and Andy's like, thank you for having my back, and they're whipping out. Danny's like, just because we're beefing, that doesn't mean I won't defend somebody for you. And Andy's like, why are we even beefing anyway? Danny's like, I don't know, you tell me. Andy's like, I don't know. Then Danny's like, it's because you lied and you were doing all this stuff, and it seems like you're making me seem like I'm untrustworthy or something. Did I do something? Andy's like, no, it's just that you can be very honest and you say stuff that's off the wall sometimes and I don't want to hear it. No, Andy, you just don't want to hear the truth, and that's what Danny's going to give you every time. She's not going to coddle you and tell you what you want to hear. She's going to tell you the truth, and you're the type of person that doesn't want to hear the truth. Andy and Danny make up after that conversation. Sabrina thinks that it's the right time to tell Danny that she's still messing with her cousin, and Danny's like, I don't care that you're messing with him, it's just I was trying to save you the headache, but that's on you now. Sabrina's like, okay, because he has exactly what I need. Karen acts like she's trying to go home, right? And the girls are like, no, we have one more stop to make. So Sabrina's like, I'm gonna call Maurice. She talks to Maurice. Maurice tells her that he heard some stuff going down in the bathroom, so he had to leave because he doesn't do ghetto situations. And Sabrina tells him that it was her and the rest of the girls, and Maurice can't believe it. He's like, did you at least win? Do you have a black eye? Sabrina's like, no. but it did feel liberating. Maurice is like, well, meet me at Pride Bar. So they go into the bar. Sabrina tells the girls. After she tells the girls are like, we're hungry, so they start talking about food. Sabrina magically has a brownie in her purse. Andy eats it, come to find out it's edible. Andy's kind of like freaking out because she's never like done drugs and all. Seema and Karen are trying to get her to spit it out. Danny's like, you know she's gonna be really messed up after that, right? So the girls leave Billy Drake. Over at another bar, Rich, Mr. Keys, and Zach are talking. Mr. Keys is still giving Rich advice about taking accountability. And you just want to know that you're right. And Zach is like, yeah, it'd be nice to hear that sometimes, but all I get is, I'll talk to you later, I gotta process this, and then they come back with a whole bunch of this stuff. Mr. Keys is basically like, accountability is not about keeping score, it's about communicating to the issue so it won't happen again, or something similar won't happen again. She's like, is that the way you don't repeat the cycle? And Mr. Keys is like, I'm not going to sit here and act like I have all the answers. My thing with Rich is that you wouldn't even have a cycle, but you keep putting yourself through one because you think that Sabrina want to get back with you when she keeps telling you that she doesn't. Mr. Keys is like, well, would you rather be with a woman that gives you no issues and you don't love her, or would you rather be in the situation that you're in now? Zach answers that question immediately, and he's like, I'm choosing Fatima any day. Over at the Pride Bar, everybody's drinking, everybody's having fun. Maurice makes the announcement that him and Dylan are together because Danny's like, he's a good white man. Karen's like, I'm gonna go to the bathroom, so she calls Aaron to check on the baby. Aaron tells her that the baby is asleep, so she gotta talk to him. Aaron's like, go enjoy the night with your girls. When Karen gets off the phone, she winds up talking to this guy. He says that him and his husband are having a baby through a surrogate, and he's scared because he doesn't know if the baby's gonna like him, if the baby's gonna bond with him. He's basically scared of fatherhood, and Karen has to let him know you're not gonna get it right initially, but you're gonna be just fine. And I'm honestly very proud of Karen's growth through this whole journey, because at first it was a struggle. She did not want that baby. She didn't want that baby to be around her at all. She couldn't even stand to look at the baby. Now she's calling to check on the baby, loving on the baby, and everything. Outside the bathroom, Danny winds up meeting up with Officer Green. They start talking. Dan's saying, I know that Danny's going to wind up sleeping with him, and she's going to wind up regretting it in the morning. Back over in the bathroom, Sabrina stumbles in there. She hears people making out in the stall. Turns out that it's Rock and two girls. Rock is trying to encourage her to enjoy the fun, to get with him, right? And Sabrina's like, no, I'm not into that. I don't want to do that. You and your girls can hit the road, right? I don't want nothing to do with this. Rock is like, well, since you want to be lame, I'm going to take my fun somewhere else. Sabrina's like, that's okay. I don't mind being lame. And they start going back and forth about. Sabrina's like, well, you should get tested. Rock is like, well, if I got something, you got something too. Then he tells the ladies that he doesn't have anything. Sabrina's like, Danny was right about you. I'm so glad that this ship with Rock has sailed, because it was going to be nothing but a disaster. Outside the bathroom, Fatima calls Zach to let him know about the cookout, and Zach is like, I forgot. So he tells the guys that he has to hurry up and get home to get prepared stuff for the cookout. Once Zach leaves, Mr. Keys is still sitting at the bar drinking, and next thing we know, we see Andy's mom walks in there. They kind of look like they're about to flirt with each other, and I hope they don't get into a relationship somehow, and it turns out that Andy and Zach are siblings or something. Fatima and Karen are sitting down. They're all analyzing the girls. Karen is talking about the girls one by one and what they're like and how they have changed and grown. And Karen asks Fatima, could she look over the girls while she's in Seattle? Fatima's like, I definitely will. They've become my sisters too. Karen, I totally understand what you mean, but you know how like when the center of a group moves away, there's no reason for the group to stay together anymore? Well, that's what I feel. The only reason y'all were bonded together so long was because you were there and you were fighting for it. Now that you're gone, everybody gets to go their separate ways and they don't have to deal with each other anymore. The only ones that might stay together are close are Danny. Just like I predicted, Danny and Officer Green wind up going into the bathroom and they end up getting down, and I know Danny's gonna wind up regretting this in the morning, especially if she winds up talking to Tony. Then the girls wind up doing karaoke. They do We Are Family. I'm like, oh, it really does seem like this is like the end of Ebony being on the show. But let me know what you guys think about the episode. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on your bell notifications. Bye!